I can't do doink because it's not Friday night, and don't say it, okay? No. Hey, everybody, what's up?
Hey, folks.
Just you know what? I'm sitting here, and I said I wanted to do a chat this afternoon. I said, it's the holiday, and people are out doing their thing, and wait till the early evening. And so I got lucky. The wife's working 3 to 11, and so I said, you know what? I said I think I'll do a chat. And, just hey Bush brother, what's going on? Hey Bush, I sent you a link, kid. I wasn't sure if you were working. I mean, if you're getting up for work or whatever, but you, sir, you have a link. Groove, if you're out there, you have a link. Wow. Wait till I see Sandy. Ooh, she's in trouble.
Groove went to feed the livestock. He said
Went to feed the livestock.
So
You don't work
what-
nights anymore. Well, Bush, you have a link in your thing, so if you want to come on.
Right. And what is Sandy in trouble for?
She's not here, and B, she wasn't first.
Ah.
Again. Twice. She's slipping. So Sandy's passions. We're gonna have to talk, sweetheart.
That's between you and her. I ain't touching that comment with a damn 10-foot pole.
All right. So it's Memorial Day, and I said at the end of the night to all the guys and girls that died, defending our right to do what we're doing right now.
Right on. So
thank you.
There's a debt of gratitude owed to them that can never truly be repaid.
Nope. And no, we can't.
Personally, I feel like the closest we could ever, as a people, come to repaying that debt is to honor their lives by using the actual freedom they have given us by laying down their life, and and reminding the neighbors, your fellow countrymen, your statesmen, whatever. We're in America and we're free. That red, white, and blue flag means a whole lot more than grilling some hot dogs on a weekend. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And they should, in my opinion, I think they should be guaranteed shelter too.
You damn right.
I wanted to, I'm glad you brought that up there, Driver. Because as much as I love this country, and as much as these men and women are responsible for all our freedoms from the get-go, from the first one till whenever I go, there'll be another one. Okay. And everything in between. But I got to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you. I can't take seeing homeless vets.
No, dude.
I can't take it. I can't. Now,
mentally ill or not, PST, whatever it's called.
I know some guys will tell you. And I know some guys will tell you that some guys use it as a crutch, and some guys don't even have it, and they say they have it so they can get benefits and all that bullshit. And I get all that, but I've seen vets myself in the city of Boston, the city of Lowell, amputees, in a chair, and or using a. I saw one amputee with a walker, and I don't know what. I go to the ATM. I look at how much I have in the bank, what I need, what I buy, and all I can give the guy was like $20. And it's really bothersome that the same men and women that fight get dismembered, get killed, and everything else. And when they come home, it's
somewhere it's been. I've seen it posted a couple of different times on Facebook. at some major city. I don't know if it's out on the East Coast. I know it's not on the West. But somewhere they are building
Houses.
tiny homes for vets.
Yes.
Tiny homes.
Yeah.
Heroes. It's called Hero. What is it? We got one here in my town. They just built one.
Get an acre and put 10, 12 little tiny places on there where it's secured that they can actually put something. Might just have a sink and a bed, but
what this one is that they build them a house, especially the disabled vets. Okay, and they build them a regular size house that's handicap accessible. So widened doors, doorways, lower countertop. Everything that needs to be done so that they can live there. And I get that that's a private. That's not government run.
No, that's the company's
That's
donations.
private.
Right.
That's donations. That's seriously people doing dances for it. People playing playing Texas Hold'em tournaments. People doing motorcycle runs for it. People, stuff like that, doing walks and all that.
Right.
But that's not even if, all right, okay, I don't even know if they can do it this way. Even if they could take $15, $20 out of their pay, right? Especially while they're in the service, right? Even if they could be able to afford to take $15, $20, the government, take that out of a veteran's pay, put it in a thing so when they come, they have some place to go. You know what I'm saying? Something. Yeah. Something is better than the street.
Well, they really don't need to take it out of their pay because their pay is already squat.
Pay is already. I know. Everybody thinks that everybody thinks that you go to you're a veteran and you're getting rich. The only time you get rich is if you come out of West Point and then you're sitting beside the president. That's about the only veterans that are freaking rich.
And on that note, that's one thing that just pisses me off to a level that's just not even measurable. You've got a young man or a young woman, okay? They volunteer to join our military. There's no draft. We all know that. Nobody's forcing them to do this. And they go in there, and when you do the math and you break it down, these people make less than half of minimum wage to put their life on the line. And a country as a whole, when they come home, you can't have the common human respect to at least say thank you, shake their hand. If they need a meal, offer them a meal. But yet the little individual working the drive-through window at McDonald's that can't get an order right or can't put a cheeseburger together right, you're supposed to be respectful and polite to them?
Right.
Nah.
So you guys don't really, I'm sure you've probably seen or read and all that, in my era with the non-vets. And they were not welcomed home, believe me.
No, when they came home, they were spit on, had shit thrown at them. I mean, literally feces thrown at them, called baby killers and shit.
Things have finally turned around for them, and people do honor them and all now. But I don't know why. I mean, I was of the younger, I just barely missed the draft. So, I mean, I could have went, but I just barely missed out on it.
Mm-hmm.
But at that time, I was still, that's my biking years and stuff. And a few of the guys were vets. So I never got the headset that they were bad folks or, the baby killers or whatever you want to call what they were called. Every one of them was a stand-up dude and would give their life for their brother.
And that's the thing too. I mean, I've got a really good friend of mine, Mr. Buddy Reeves. He's a non-vet. He came home. He was so fucked up in the head for decades that it just.
Well, yeah.
It was hard to be around him because his mind, he was still over there, Right.
That's today. That's PTSD though.
Yeah. Well, see, back then they didn't have a
At its
damn name
worst.
or an acronym or nothing. It was just,
Right.
he's another vet that's just, got his
Right.
shit scrambled while he was over there.
Um,
Like I say, it took him a couple, 3 decades to get his mind right, and now he's actually, I don't want to say leading the charge, but kind of carrying a torch and helping out a lot of the vets that are around here, even our current vets from this most recent war.
Yep.
Once they get home, trying to help them find a job, a place to live, helping them get the help they need, whether it be physical therapy or some sort of medication or whatever. I mean, he's an example of one of the few that came back with nothing and was actually able to eventually turn his life around, and start helping in a positive way, his fellow brothers and sisters.
well, give me.
I'd say it. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Joe.
So I say it took my brother probably 4 or 5, maybe 6 years to start calming down.
Yeah.
Because I said when he came home on leave one time, back when they were still doing the sonic booms, I've told this story before, where a sonic boom would go off and he would just automatically drop and start digging with his hands. I mean, scraping the ground just to get below, a shallow hole.
Yeah, get below the level of the surface.
He was a medic, so I mean, he was right there on the front, running out there and grabbing hold, and so.
Yeah.
Let me do a real quick. Let me do it because I was ignorant and I didn't do one. So let me do a really, really quick rundown because I want to apologize for people that didn't do it. So for the second chat in a row, Sandy's Passions was not first. I don't know what happened, but Mr. Stump Greenwood obviously is in here with us. Was first. Bush brother, again, you have a invite, Bush. Good to see you. Kelly Parks, how the hell are you? Good to see you, sweetheart. Course Driver's in here with us. Groovy's in here with us, finally. Say hi, Groove.
Hey, guys.
DSW of the Outdoors. As always, pleasure to see you. As always, thank you for coming. Custom Black Guns. How are you, sir? Good to see you.
Right on.
Thanks for coming. I watch the documentaries and I watch a lot of the stuff from the Vietnam War. I read a few books on it, and then I read one book I didn't really want to read, but I was told to read it, and I read it anyway. But these guys are coming home and they're coming off they're getting off, and this is live footage from, this isn't, storytelling time. This is live footage that I'm watching. Okay, you know what I mean. It's footage that was shot live at the time. Okay,
right.
And these guys are being called baby colors, and these guys are being called this and being called that, and you got no business being over there, and da 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 da. And here's a bunch of long-haired hippie freaks saying all this shit to them, spitting at them, the whole 9 yards. Okay. And the irony of the whole thing is that here's these veterans coming off that bus, having to listen to that, giving those douchebags the right to do what they just did.
Yeah.
Okay. I was young. I was born in '67, so I can remember being in first grade, second grade, and we were writing letters to the guys over there.
Yeah, if you were born in '67, you might have been a toddler, but it was definitely going on during your time.
Oh yeah, and I can barely remember the shit on TV and what's his name, Walter Cronkite, and all that. Trust me. But I do remember writing them letters in school. I wish that I was like either older, like in my late 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever, or I was 15 or 16. So I can actually kick somebody square in the nutsack. I've ever heard them do that.
Damn right.
Okay. And I wouldn't have a problem going to jail for I wouldn't care. That's got to be the most ultimate. I mean, aside of beating the shit out of a woman, that's got to be the most ultimate show disrespect that you can do to somebody.
Yeah.
Is disrespect a veteran that's doing his or her job. And then after they do their job, they're lucky enough, especially in that war, okay, because we lost how many people? They were lucky enough to make it home alive.
Yeah.
And that's the thanks they got.
Yep. And then years later, when things are supposed to be improving for them, you got all this BS with the VA going on. Our men and women are sitting here waiting months and months and months to get seen about something. There's no need in that shit, brother. There's none. We can import all these. Here again, I have a very massive, healthy respect for these people. Okay, so it's hard for me to not get a little emotional and carry away on this one. But when our country is importing refugees or whatever you want to call them, illegal immigrants coming in whatever way they can, and we're giving them shit left and right. Oh, well, you made it over the fence or you waded through the creek, so here's your house, here's your car. You don't have to pay taxes on anything. And our vets are sleeping in the street. We got veterans that are still committing suicide at an insane rate. I mean, it's not like 1 or 2 a day. It's 1 or 2 every 10, 12 minutes.
Yeah.
That shit ain't called for, man. That's absolutely fucking wrong.
Yeah, the last few times I went on a base, it surprised me. It's probably been, maybe 15 years ago when it all started, that the military is not even secured at the gate by military.
Right.
No.
The gate now is rent-a-cops.
Yeah. So-called civilian contractor.
Time out. DS, Craig Dwell's a good guy, man. I've known Craig for a long, long time. He didn't write anything wrong. He wrote all right, DS. DS has that itchy trigger finger.
Ah.
He probably did by mistake, but Craig Dweller, how are you? Good to see you, my friend. Always a pleasure. How you been? I hear we're gonna finally get some nice weather. Frank, how are you? Frankie says, don't forget how the VFW Legions treated non-vets too.
Exactly.
Oh, that's all right, DS. Craig, he just tried to look at your channel and he just hit the wrong button. So you're not blocked out anyway. So it's just that the message, what you wrote got deleted. You're still here. No biggie, DS. You got to figured you had itchy finger like Gear did to Stump did to Stevie like twice.
It's happened to a few.
Yeah, I've actually got a few of them on accident. Had to go back and fix it.
But it's I'll tell you what, it's actually disheartening the way they get treated.
It is. It really is.
It's it really is. I remember being at the airport picking up my wife, and there was a woman there. I don't even know what branch of service she was in. Didn't really matter to me. She was in her fatigues, and it's just my kid. I go, pretty well damn sure she's gonna have a duffel bag about fucking 5 feet long. I go, she goes to go grab it. Say, I'll get it for you.
That's right.
She looked at me. She said, you don't have to do that. I said, I know I don't have to. And her ride was, unless, her ride was probably, about 100 feet away, because the luggage thing is here in the Manchester airport. And then you walk out the door and there's a sidewalk. But didn't matter if it was 10 feet, didn't matter if it was 100 feet, didn't matter if it was a half a mile. And she was like, he carried it right. We don't ride it right out, and she had another little one I carried, and she just shook her head, and she was like, "Thanks." I goes, "No, thank you. You're welcome."
Yeah.
I mean, it's what should happen.
Exactly, and it's not kissing anybody's ass. It's literally showing gratitude and respect and thanks for the fact that if we want to, we can buy whatever gun we want.
Yep.
We can go hunting. We can go fishing. Somebody pisses you off, guess what? You can tell them, you piss me off, motherfucker.
Yep.
Every bit of stuff like that is owed to our veterans. Nobody tells you if your family qualifies to have a vehicle or not. And if you did, they don't tell you what the hell you have to ride around in. I mean, hell, that's where the Volkswagen Beetle came from. Hitler, Volkswagen, that's what the fuck it translates to, is the people's car. We're not under dictatorships and shit like that. We're free because of our vets.
Yep.
Because of our current active military.
Absolutely.
I mean, you've got the right to decide if you want to worship God or if you want to worship a fucking cucumber. It's your decision. You know why? Because of our military.
Yep. Hello, Mr. G Mangos. How are you? Double K. Good to see you.
What's up, Brother G?
Thanks for understanding, Craig Dweller. Much appreciated. Like I said, you should have been here the night that Stump said, "What's this button do?" And there goes Stevie. And then, and then I think it was the following night, right? I mean, the following chat, we did another chat the following week, and there goes Stevie. And I'm like, ooh, itchy fingers. So
yeah, inside of what 2 or 3 chats, ended up getting Stevie, Stalker Steve. The hell was that one dude that looked like Wolfman Jack? I got him like 5 or 6 times in one night on accident.
Yeah. And they kept saying, scroll down a little bit further.
Yeah.
It's all good DS, though. DS is like an original. DS is an original member of the Quagmire. Even before it was the Quagmire. When Ohio Wolverine and I were doing it after Johnny and TR's chat, DS was there. And that's how long ago DS comes back. I mean, DS has been around a long time.
Right.
As has a lot, but he's one of the original. The after chat. Fuck you, Bush. I was just going to give you some props too, Bush, but no, you just ruined it.
That's another thing in this chat. It's funny how quick you can go from hero to zero.
You're right. But, he's a Canuck. What the hell does he know?
Oh, God.
But, yeah, you're right, Frankie. In Massachusetts, you're free to get a permit for anything you do. You are right about that, brother. But the same token, the freedoms that you and I and Craig Dweller may or may not complain about in this beautiful state of Massachusetts, things could be worse. You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah.
We could live in, I don't know, Cuba.
Cuba, China, Korea,
England.
oh, God.
Canada.
Damn, you're just getting worse by the minute.
Australia. I'm not knocking any of these countries. I'm just saying that they're not as free as we are.
Yeah, I got to agree with that. It's not putting down anyone's homeland. It's just simply It's a way to show just how lucky we actually are, even though as a massive whole, we don't all the time see it as that we are truly free.
Yeah.
You know,
As we should be, but we're not. You know.
Right.
Yeah. You got your Canada right there for me. Take your Canada, right? Listen, did I guys ever tell you I'm watching? So I'm watching one of Bush Brothers videos, and thanks, Gia. Thanks, buddy. So I'm watching one of Bush's videos a long time ago. Excuse me. Thank you. And I don't know whether he had the shirt on or it was whatever, or it's a banner or whatever. But I was watching him. He was doing a Bush. Remember when you were doing the leather project with the it's like a satchel almost, a leather satchel, and you use the drum and anyways. Long story short, he had an Edmonton Oilers thing in the background, and I went, nice video, which it was a nice video. And I had to make mention of the Edmonton Oilers, being a Boston Bruins fan. You know what I mean? That was an Oilers T-shirt. There you go. All right, and they still suck. So, but I know. I'm with you, Frankie. I hear what you're saying. And they stopped all that because the do-gooders, people that thought somewhere along the line that the government was supposed to know what was good for you. I'm responsible for my family's safety, my family's well-being, not somebody telling me that I can't smoke or I can't, Jive, are you still with us? He looks frozen.
He's over here cleaning his glasses. But when I looked up at first and I seen the little white square, I thought he was going back to his younger days and was getting ready to roll one.
Me too. I thought he was lighting up a Bob Marley. I'm like, really? Let me. How do I blank him out?
Someday I'm going to do that again.
I'm like, oh, he's going to do a Bob Marley on Memorial Day, and I go.
Although since they've got all the edibles out, I might try something like that. I mean, besides just an old brownie,
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I live long enough to retire, yeah.
That's what that is.
Y'all think Bob Marley smoked dope? Nah, I'm gonna make that motherfucker look like a rookie.
Craig Dweller says, "Hey, Stump."
Yeah.
Because I know you can't read the outside chat. Craig Dweller said, "We can't really complain. We got it pretty good, man. Which we do here.
Yes, we do.
We do." And he said things could be worse. You could have DSW on our back.
Damn.
Woo! DS just got hit. Here we go. Frankie says if we don't put a stop to the globalist types, we will be Cuba. We will be in Cuba. I don't know, Frankie. I think there's too many of us around, like us, like you, like me, like Stump, like Groove, like Craig, like Driver, and that won't allow that to happen.
Yeah, a lot of vets too out there.
Exactly. And there's a lot of vets up there that won't let that happen.
50 states. They might not be as functional, but they haven't forgot.
And let's while we're talking about that, let's examine another little simple fact. Everyone who is a veteran went through basic. And going through basic, everybody, I don't give a damn what branch, learned how to shoot and shoot very well. United States military has produced some of the finest marksmen on the planet.
Well, yeah, it defeats the whole purpose. If you go in the service, you don't know how to shoot a weapon. I mean, that's.
Yep.
You better be able to do it well too.
Yeah.
You know, you're getting lucky. You know.
Yeah, I was actually reading a thing today. I can't remember the fellow's name, but he was Finnish. He was nicknamed the White Death. He had 505 confirmed kills.
Wow.
Yeah.
Frankie says my slingshot is ready. Thanks, Mass Holio. Listen, to get rid of your slingshot, bro, because you know as well as I do, slingshots in the state of Massachusetts are illegal.
I got my slingshot.
So I got one in my duffel bag. I mean, yeah, my duffel bag. I got one in my backpack.
I think my slingshot's a little louder than yours, though.
Huh?
I think my slingshot's a little bit louder than yours.
Well, yeah. That might be true.
Yeah.
Where did our G-Mangos go? Oh, I'm sorry, Frank. I didn't know that you didn't have ears on. Didn't know that I was being... why don't I have... Okay, there it is. Okay. I might complain about the state of Massachusetts, but I'm going to tell you something. Think about it, Frankie, right? If you're a history lover, where else would you rather be? You know what I mean? And one of these days, I'm going to get out there. The western part, well, I shouldn't say when I get out there. I go out there when I go see my sister in Vermont. But one of these days, I'm going to take some time and spend some time in the Berkshires, western part of Mass. For those of you who don't know what the Berkshires are, that's the western part of Massachusetts. It's a beautiful section of the state of Massachusetts.
You know, while we're on this, you know, that's another beautiful thing about our freedom. Okay. Yeah, certain states are more restrictive than others on certain things. But
it happens.
if you want to go to a different state,
right, I got the freedom to move.
Yeah, no papers, no permits, just pack your shit and go.
Yep. Convince the wife.
You don't have to get permission from your state to move.
Yep.
Just pack your shit and go.
Yep.
And I don't say that to be disrespectful or rude towards Frank. And
no. He knows what you're saying. He knows how you. Yeah. He knows what you mean. But it is kind of. It is. I've said this before. Okay. It is kind of. Again, the irony. Okay, of everything, right? That our freedom started, 30 miles north of my house. 30 miles south of my house, and it's.
Yeah, that state, everybody should be issued a fucking rifle at birth, and instead, y'all are getting molested on your.
With my accent, I'll be in the swamp quickly. Frankie, we don't have accents. It's the rest of the country that talks funny. It ain't us.
Yeah, I still ain't figured that one out, Mike.
What?
Okay. The way you talk, being from where you are, fair, no ability to use the letter R whatsoever, except on the rarest of rare occasions.
Not true.
But yet, hold on. But yet, still, the Southern slang, the word "ain't," is an active part of your vocabulary.
We say ain't.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all say ain't, but you can't say an R. What? How does this happen?
Well, some of us say ours, some of us don't. To get back to the western part of Massachusetts. So if you live like, all right, so if you guys know what the state of Massachusetts looks like on the map, right?
Mm-hmm.
So split it like right in half. Cut it right in half. The left-hand side of that half probably don't talk like me. They have like a Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York type accent going on. They say they're ours.
Right.
And what's funny is my kids all pronounce their ours, which is, Yeah, I can say tree and three. I know.
Is it what started the accent from the area of the world that the original settlers came in from? I mean, from the French to the Italian to the Germans or whoever, whatever.
Yeah.
Is that what started some of the different
I don't know.
accents?
I would guess, and here again, strictly a guess, it'd be a mix of that and the Native Americans that were here at the time, where we, were learning part of their language and they were learning part of ours. Just, the way certain things were pronounced varied from area to area because of, like what you were saying, mostly the French settled here, mostly the Irish over there and stuff like that. Then plus with the Native American culture mixed in with it. That's probably how you get a lot of variation on the same words, just in different geographic locations.
Hey,
That's a guess now.
David Misery, how the hell are you? Good to see you.
Right
Hey,
on.
David.
Good to see you. How you been? I hope things are well.
Right.
I haven't seen you in a while, and I hope things are better. Right on, double K. All them people that root for the dumb teams. Good to hear, David. Good to hear. See, there you go. There you go, driver. Frankie said he believes it's said that Boston accent is a derivative of Brit Cockney types.
Okay.
Which probably really is. So, I mean, we did get them the hell out of here, didn't we?
Because the further west you go, the less and less you really have any kind of accent. But now if you go far south,
further, you don't even have to go that far south. You can go, when you leave Massachusetts, you don't even have to leave Massachusetts, okay? You take 95 south, like you're going to go into Rhode Island, and about 5 miles before you hit the Rhode Island border, they talk like New Yorkers. Well, not maybe so like Manhattan. Hey, how's your coffee? But they have a different. They don't have the Boston.
But I'm saying like southern Louisiana. You get into the Cajun and their accents, and you get further south in Texas. Almost to the further south you get more of the Texas twang. Where it seems like they're talking all out of their nose, or else you get extremely far north. And then I think that from extremely far north has a Canadian connection, eh?
Yeah, no kidding.
Right on, Craig. Right on. No, it's funny though, because it's like my sister. She went to school out in the left-hand corner of the state in Massachusetts when she went to college, and she came home saying orange and car and. I'm like, who the hell are you? You talk funny, And of course, then I go out to visit her, and she's, again, she's in the New York, Vermont border,
right?
Double K. Wonder where Wisconsin accent is from. Cheese, too much cheese, beers.
Might be an IQ issue.
Yeah. Wisconsin. Who the hell lives in Wisconsin, anyways? Wisconsin. They say like pop, right? They don't say soda. Give me a pop. Yeah. Give me a pop. That's like Chicago, right? Like Illinois, right? Give me some pop.
I grew up it was pop, and in Kansas it was pop.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah. See, around here, it's give me a soda, give me a tonic. When I was growing up, it was tonic. We got any tonic?
I don't think I started saying soda until I moved to Missouri, and there it was soda or soda pop.
Well, down here it's hey, what do you want to drink? I don't know, Coke, Pepsi, something. I mean, we don't call it soda or pop. It's whatever it is,
Yeah. But guys like Double K, hey, you want some coffee? Wisconsin. What the hell is in Wisconsin, anyways? I've never been to
Jesus.
Wisconsin.
What she said.
The furthest I've been out that way is Minnesota. That's about the furthest I've been out that way. Which was nice. I'd like to go back there.
Land of 1,000 lakes.
I'd like to go back to Minnesota. That was nice. I'd like to see the northern part too, you know. The Packers, Budweiser, and Harley Davidson. All right. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
All right.
Budweiser and Harley.
Yeah, that's a company that over the years has definitely, thankfully, turned themselves around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, you didn't like them when they were AMF?
nah,
Was that 79, 75 or some shit like that? Right?
all I'm going to say is if you're in the market for a Harley, pretty much skip the 70s, 80s, and maybe even the first 2 or 3 years of the 90s.
No, it wasn't that long.
No, that's when they
What-
sucked, though.
Wasn't that?
But wasn't one of the first AMF, or wasn't it the 900 Sportster?
Sports
Yeah.
stove. But that was 75, wasn't it?
No,
Am I right? Yeah, early 70s.
73.
Was it 73?
It was
Think.
early 70s.
Yeah, but that was
I'm
only
sure
for a
somebody
couple of
will-
years, though. The 80s, Harley had it back, right?
Well, the family got it back sometime in the 80s, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But there was still that transition from getting all the junk and crud and crap the hell out so that quality control could come back up to at least being a decent bike, you know?
Because when AMF took it over, I'm thinking, well, that's when I was on a bowling team, and it seemed like
Exactly.
AMF has made my bowling balls,
They did. That,
They
bowling
did.
pin,
That-
something like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
that-
they
You know
did.
what? They bought Harley?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Double K says, well, first of all, Frank says his first scoot was an AMF Harley. No muy bueno. I don't pronounce Spanish that well. Double K
No more
says,
good.
Double K says, Google says 73 to 76 are the worst years.
Yeah. All right.
My buddy had, I forget what year it was, but he had an FLH.
Mhm.
And fuck, that thing would scream.
I know a guy right now that's rebuilding a 1942. He's, of course, he's doing it back, full military theme, the whole 9 yards.
Old flathead.
That'd
Yeah.
be a shovel head or a pan head.
I'm wanting to say this one's a shovel, but I'm not 100% sure. I've helped him wrench on it a little bit, but not a whole lot because I hadn't really had the time lately. But we got all the tins painted. And that's when we found out the military actually changed shades of OD green.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Because 1940, what was it? 4, I think. It changed color. So some of the bikes from back then are actually two-tone bikes, 2 different shades of olive drab.
But I was going to say, has
It's
it always been called olive drab, though, even though they
Yeah.
changed the shade?
Yeah, it kind of looks like there's two, well, like fatigues. You know what I mean? It's that
Yeah.
color almost. It's
Yep.
the lightness of that green and then the darkness of that green. You know what I mean?
Yep. But believe it or not, the hardest thing to find for that bike so far has been the rifle scabbard that goes on the front forks.
Oh wow.
You can find the scabbard, but the complete ones actually have the lid on it. It folds over the buttstock and buckles in place.
See, you need to look on the East Coast, like Massachusetts or something, because we have everything.
Man, I'll tell you what, my grandpa's old flathead, man, the tires on it was also an old Volkswagen Bug.
Hang on a sec, Groove.
Right.
Let me turn you up. Hang on.
Okay. All right.
Say that again.
Well, I just said my grandpa's old flathead Harley he had, the tires that were on it, come off a Volkswagen Bug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of all things.
A lot of your older ones back when they still ran the points in them. Papa Robert, he's dead and gone now. He was in World War II. He was telling me a lot of the guys over there, their bike, the points would go out in them.
Yep.
Well, trying to requisition a set of points for a bike was difficult, but you could requisition a set for a damn Jeep. He said, so a lot of times when they were over there, you'd see a damn Jeep stranded.
Right.
You'd
They
see
take the
bike
points
tracks
out of
right
it.
beside it. Somebody stole the points out of the damn Jeep.
Right?
Yep. None of that bullshit today, though.
No.
Some days are over.
He was another one. World War II, was lucky enough to come home. He had a few things he had brought back, and one of them was this a Luger he had brought back from the war.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
And
My grandfather's got one.
his later years, I spent a lot of time with him because at the time he was a member of the family I actually liked. He would tell me a lot of the stories when he was overseas and stuff. And he showed me that Luger one day, and I asked him, so Papa Robert, how did you manage to get your hands on it? I mean, I'm sure the guy just didn't say, oh, here you go. He said, no, I come across him. He was standing beside a tree taking a piss. So while he was taking a leak, I just got closer and closer. And when he got done, I cut his throat, took his pistol, and took his wallet. It's like, damn. That's brutal shit, but that was reality during the wars,
Yeah.
Sorry, camera girl's in my ear.
It's all cool.
Yeah, all good.
Yeah, my grandfather's got a Luger his brother brought back over, and it's funny because it looks like Chad's got the same one. And I think I want it now. I don't want to say well, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but somebody can correct me. Chad did a video. I think it was a video like a VR for me, and but he used 9 through it, I think.
Yeah.
And some of it was going on an issue, but which is
Right.
the same that my grandfather's that we still have of his, and it's.
I know my dad brought home three different things. One of them was a samurai sword.
Nice.
Yep.
And one of them was the old German helmets that had the point on the top, where you take it off and it had a sharpener. You
nice.
Take that point off, and there was a flat spot to sharpen your knife, your bayonets, or whatever. And then he brought home some rope that was for when they parachuted out tanks and heavy trucks and stuff like that.
Yep.
Right.
For the parachute, and those were about an inch round. But
Yeah,
you talk about some strong ass cord.
Yeah, the lines for the cargo chutes.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
That's cool.
Heck yeah.
My grandfather he also has that Mauser he has. He's got the bayonet with that too.
Yep.
That's cool. That's a kicker, by the way. I don't know if anybody's ever shot one. Anybody?
I don't recall ever shooting them, but I've seen them.
8mm Mausers.
Yep.
They got some pepper to them.
Yep.
Nothing too serious, but loud as fuck too. But
yeah,
they're all the guns are all going to be loud. The old ones are all going to be loud.
Right. Yeah, that's back before all the NATO bullshit. And,
oh yeah.
And a rifle was actually a damn rifle. It wasn't some hopped up pellet gun.
Yep.
And here again, I say that, and I know somebody's going to jump in. Well, the AR-15 is not a pellet gun. Well, no, it's not, but it sure as fuck ain't a 30-06 like the
It's about
O3 Springfields and the Garens.
Let me see. It's 223, and my pellet gun's a 177. So it's what, two steps up? Sorry, I had to.
Yeah. Well, hell, it's really not even that. They make 22 caliber. Hell, they make 25 caliber and 30 caliber pellet guns.
I know.
There's a place out of Texas. Yeah, there's a place in Texas. Yeah, out there near you, driver. There's a place in Texas. Can't remember the name of the company, but hell, they actually produce a 50 caliber pellet rifle.
Oh wow!
People use the damn thing to take down deer and shit.
Yeah.
I saw. I can't remember his name. Is it Veteran 888?
Yeah, Eric Veteran 8888.
Eric. Yeah. Him and I can't
Chad.
remember his name. The one that passed.
Oh,
No,
Barry.
the one that passed.
Yeah, Barry.
Yeah.
Barry. They had gotten some air pistol or whatever, and I want to say it was like 30 or 50 or something like that. And I mean, that son of a bitch was wicked.
Yeah, blow a hole through a 4x4 oak post. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, fucking pollen's killing me.
Yeah. But back to the ARs, the 223, 5.56.
Yep.
Realistically, it's a 22 on crack, dude.
Exactly.
On steroids.
Right.
Yep.
It's a 22 projectile.
Yep. When you tell people that, they look at you like you got three heads.
Yeah. Now, granted, it's a 22 caliber projectile that's getting on out there just downright butt naked speed, but I mean, it's
quicker.
It's still a 22.
Yeah.
And that's why, well, one of the reasons why I get pissed, that we can't have them here in Mass, but because all the guys have 22s.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're not talking, it's not a friggin', they make it sound like the friggin' thing's a 50 millimeter, for Christ's sake, you know what I mean?
Right. That's
That's an atrocity. Look at that thing. Oh, please.
Can actually show that at the moment.
You know what I mean?
And keep in mind, these are shorts because this is what I use.
Yeah. Good.
So you have to keep in mind, these are 22 shorts because they go in a little revolver I've got.
Yep.
But yeah, they're the same diameter, people, the projectile.
I'll be damned.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The same damn thing, just a shitload more powder. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
A little bit more lengthier.
Yeah, they're longer. But hell, the weight's even the same. Yeah, you can get 22s. Long rifles, upwards of like 55, 65, even 80 grain.
Right.
These average 55, 58, 60, 65.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's funny. Well,
Everything has been loaded forever.
So I went online to see if I can see when this gun range down there in my house it's open, but I went to see online if what the rules are, and I can't seem to get them online. So I have to email the guy.
Yeah.
But they had a couple of SIGs for sale.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, you can't play on my phone.
Cool.
What kind of SIGs we're talking? I'm slightly addicted to the SIG Sauer line.
Yeah, but can you buy it? Can you buy a national? Can you hand me out? Hang on. Let me go on.
Yeah.
Let me watch Facebook and I'll tell you.
Yeah, I'm lucky enough, with my FFL, I can buy a firearm from anywhere on the planet.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
What was the name of that?
Well, let me rephrase that. I say anywhere on the planet, there are still certain things we cannot import from certain countries.
Right.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah,
If you want to,
guy that
go ahead.
he's got. I told you before. He went and got 30, like a Gatling gun, rather
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
rather than an automatic. So I mean, he can still sit here and
Yep.
fire it off like it is, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And then just last week when I went over and saw him, he's got a dune buggy. Well, I call it a dune buggy. I don't know what it's actually called, but street legal. But you know, no body, and it's roll bars and
Yep.
the whole
Yeah.
bit. A
Right,
little
old rail buggy.
rail buggy,
Yeah.
and it's got a mount on it. And I'm thinking, I haven't asked him yet, but I said, he took it up to his ranch up in Oklahoma, and I'm thinking, this son of a bitch is going to mount that on top of that. I just know it.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And I forgot to ask him when I saw. I didn't put the two together, but the other day I was in here.
Dude,
Damn, I bet you he's going to mount that son of a bitch.
that's an insane amount of fun waiting to happen right there.
Hey, Roscoe, I just sent you a thing on Facebook for it to join the thing. It's not a join; it's just to go look at it.
Right.
But where were they? I saw the ad. Oh, where were they? Oh, Justin used. It's used stock. It says 2 SIGs, P226 and P229s,
Okay.
and an H&K USP 40C.
While we're on the whole gun subject at the moment, just in case anybody's been living under a rock, if you've ever wanted a Beretta 92F or a Beretta 92FS,
yeah,
pretty much now is when all the ones from Uncle Sam are hitting the market since they've gone over to SIG. So you can pick those up cheap now.
Cheap dog, yeah. I like the Berettas, so.
Really cheap.
What's CCI 22
Mini mag?
Yeah, mini mags.
Yeah, they do the longs, the shorts to longs, long rifles, mini mags, maxi mags,
CCI
magnums.
Yeah, CCI long rifle.
Yeah.
22 long rifle, right? CCI. Mini mags. 300 rounds. How much?
To me, it really shouldn't be more than like $32 to $36 at the most.
Right.
Yeah, but realistically nowadays,
500 of them for you pick up a brick.
It's $28.95.
No shit.
That's pretty good.
That ain't bad at all.
Yeah,
like you were saying, Driver. I remember here just a few years ago, the Federal Bolt Pack 550 rounds was like $7-8.
Yeah. And then they went up to like $40 or whatever for a brick of 500.
Funny that Driver should say that because the Remington Thunderbolt 22 high velocity round noses, 500 brick, $32. Well, I sent you a thing
on. Got a guy that keeps calling me up whenever he gets broken. He's hawked me a couple of different rifles, and I've always just held on to them until he can pay me back, and I'd give them back. But there's always, he wants to get rid of his ammunition too. Well, I always get that in with the deal or whatever, but I never sell him back the ammunition. Nope. And this last time, he gets enough money and he goes out and he buys something else. Well, then he comes across hard times and he wants to get rid of it, or he needs some funds or whatever. Yep. And so he's just got a open invitation on me anymore. But I think I'm gonna have to lower my price because last couple of times I've told him no more than 7 cents a piece.
Yeah.
You know, on the 22 rounds for.
Yeah.
And there for a while, that was getting to be a deal, but things are starting to go back down a bit.
Yeah, the industry is pretty much, I'm not gonna say pretty much caught up with demand, but they're a hell of a lot closer than they were a couple years ago. You know, I think people have finally stopped buying every damn round of it they see whenever they get lucky and find it somewhere. You know,
Right.
Double K makes a great point. Double K said 5.56 is appreciated when you have to carry 200 rounds of it and a 70-pound rucksack, 20 miles. He also said that Thunderbolts aren't the best. He doesn't say not to buy them. He just says they're not the best.
You know, on 22 long rifle, I've got several different rifles, and you know, each one seems to have a certain brand of ammunition that it prefers over the other. I mean, 22s can sometimes be finicky little bastards, you know?
Yeah.
And I've got one that'll eat Winchester White Box junk all day long. And I've got another one, if you put the Winchester White Box crap in it, it'll never cycle the first round by itself. You know, you pull the trigger, it'll go off, it won't eject. Cycle it, pull the trigger, it'll eject, and then it'll double feed. But now that same rifle, I can put the Remington Golden Bullet. I think I can put those there, and it functions flawless all day. And one of them will take nothing but CCI. It's weird because the Federal and CCI is made in the same damn building. It's the same shit,
right?
Just a different stamp on it.
I'll tell you, when he said Thunderbolt, I think it's my Thunderbolts that I've got back there. They don't seem to be tight at all.
No, they're all
Really?
Yep.
I mean, you can wiggle that bullet.
Well, you can actually turn the projectile inside the casing.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that?
And I think it's the Thunderbolts that are doing that on me.
Why is it? Why does Thunderbolts
And
do that?
Did they have like a wax coating on them?
I don't remember exactly, but I do know it's a. What's the word I'm looking for here? Cannulated, or anyway, they've got a groove in them because if you'll notice, if you're looking at a 22 casing, the brass sidewall and the diameter of it and the actual projectile are the same. The bullet itself, the projectile, is a little bit smaller as it goes into the base, into the cartridge, because you know the case wall is not puffed out or swollen or anything.
Yeah.
And a lot of them run some sort of a gas seal or something like that. That's how they get away with leaving the bullet actually loose or having that wobble in it. Because as you discharge the round, you know, the powder forms enough pressure, the brass casing flares out, fire forms to the chamber. And that's where you get your seal at.
Well, do they still make any of the 22 rifles that will take all three? Because, like I said, my Ithaca that I used to have, the lever action would take shorts, longs, or long rifles.
Yeah, I had one.
And I could load that up. I want to say it was 20 or 22 shorts in that sucker and go rabbit shooting. And and they were like $2 a box, or well, I think the shorts were under $2 a box.
Yeah.
About like $1.50, something like that.
I've got a couple boxes of them here on the desk, but they don't have a price tag on them. But hell, they're old as hell. Like I say, the only thing I run them through is that little revolver there. But we've got one of the Bearcats here, and it'll do the shorts, the regular 22s, you know, the short, the long rifle, you know, all that crap. Then you swap out the other cylinder to do the magnums.
Right. But no, I figured any of the revolver style 22s will still take all of them and maybe up to the Magnum. Yeah. I know, what is it, the Heritage arm?
Yeah, Heritage. But the Magnum, you'll actually not get the Magnum cartridge inside of the cylinder unless it's a 22 Magnum cylinder. It's It's not so much a length thing as it is a case diameter thing.
Ah.
The shoulders are different on them.
Okay.
Because on the Magnum, it's actually swedged, I guess is the right terminology, the projectile into the casing. So the casing itself is larger than a 22 diameter. You know.
They might have come down now. I've been wanting one up for quite a while. You know, the old saddle gun,
Mm-hmm.
22 Heritage or whatever it is.
Right, like the old saddle ring carbine.
That comes with the Magnum cylinder and everything else.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
And at the time, I want to say they were like only $169 or whatever, and then all this crap happened, and all of a sudden they were like $100 more.
Yeah.
And I said, well, there's no way in hell I'll get one now. And went and looked, and they went and put a safety on this, a revolver with a safety. Now, come on.
Yeah. Well, it's like
So I'd like to still get one, but I want one of the older ones because I don't want damn safety on a revolver.
No. Yeah, for me, when revolvers went to having the transfer bar in them, that was kind of a disgraceful thing to do to a revolver.
But that was a safety, and that took care of all those that wanted to leave one open.
Yeah.
Just like Hickok still, I guess he doesn't realize the new guns have that bar in there where you can drop it. It ain't going to go off.
Oh, he knows. I mean, he's talked about it in videos, but at the same time, it's just what he's used to from his younger days. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you know yourself, the things you grow up with, you know, the lessons you learn as a kid, the technology can change a million times over, but you still do it the way you learned it as a kid, you know?
Absolutely. But when they first came out with those, I thought it was kind of a stupid idea until I realized why, and that's just it. You could drop it and hit it on the hammer and everything else, and it wasn't going to go. So you didn't have to. Actually, it would be a 6-shooter then, rather than a 5-shooter.
Yeah. I think it was Smith and Wesson came out with it to start with. Don't hold that as gospel. But when the day rolled around that you had to have a key to work your fucking revolver, dude, that tore me out of the damn frame. You had to unlock the damn gun.
Yeah, now is it the Taurus? I think it's my Taurus is back there that I can lock and unlock.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just made sure it was unlocked when I got it out of the box, and the key's in the box somewhere.
Yeah. One of my boys' rifles, it's a Rossi.
It's a rock. See,
it's a
my wife's
22 410 combo. You just swap the barrels out.
Oh.
And it's got that little funky key. So that's what we done. Just made sure it was unlocked. Keep one, you know, in the gun box. Well, the box it came in, one stays in my cleaning kit. The box I use as a cleaning kit. And it pretty much, if we're out shooting, you know, we're here at the house, or if we go somewhere, we take that box with us anyway. But I don't think it's ever been locked since we got the damn thing.
Car calls it a Clinton lock. It must have been when it came out.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some nice revolvers out there now that people will buy, but they won't sell as many of them because it has that keyhole, that little round hole on the side of it. It's like crap, what is it? The Smith, I think was it model 62 or 68, something like that, or 66. Anyway, they just re-released them. I mean, they hadn't made them in years, and they just brought them back. And they've got that ugly ass hole right there above the little thumb lock for the cylinder. You know, for aesthetics alone, you're gonna have people that will, as bad as they want it, they will not buy it because of that ugly ass fucking hole. And if you take it out, that's exactly what you've got. You've got a friggin' hole to the internals of your damn revolver for, you know, every bit of powder and carbon and dirt and God knows what else to get in there, you know?
Sorry about that, fellas.
It's all good.
Ladies and gentlemen.
You know, your only other option on that, you know, take it out, fill the hole full of silver solder. Well, then you've still got a spot that don't match color-wise. It's going to stand out like a sore thumb, you know?
Stump, I know you can't see the outside. I don't know if anybody told you, but Double K wrote that he has really good luck with CCI.
Mhm.
And also, he said, yep, his S&W 686 has a Clinton lock and it sucks.
Yep. I think that's what they just re-released, 686. I think I got the numbers wrong.
Well,
Eric's got a
686
video on it.
technically.
Yeah, Eric's got a video on that Iraq veteran 8888.
Yep.
He and Chad just done a video on that. But yeah, that friggin' Clinton lock, that's the ugliest thing they ever could have done to a revolver.
For a guy like me that isn't a gunsmith, okay, can one ears or all ears or whatever explain to me a Clinton lock?
Yeah, you actually have a key that goes into your firearm. That is your safety. You can lock or unlock the trigger and hammer mechanism, the trigger group itself. So, say you're being over safe with everything, you could lock the gun, put it in the gun cabinet, lock the gun cabinet, whatever, and it's just like an additional safety on top of everything else.
Yeah. So you don't have to have a cable lock or a trigger lock. This just goes ahead and locks it, but it leaves there's a hole in the cotton picking grip or wherever that it might be at.
Yeah. Yep.
I said I've got one, might have two, but I think I've only got the one that locks like that.
Yep.
But now they're talking about these more smart gun bull crap again, where you're going to have a ring or something that be able to shoot. Those type of things are not going to be able to fly because if you get injured or anything else, you got to be able to pull the trigger with either hand.
Yep.
And to have that ring lay up across some kind of magnetic thing to say that it's connected.
Yep. Well, Colt came out with an ordeal like that a few years back. It what was it? It was a watch you had to wear, and the watch had to be within a certain proximity of the firearm for it to discharge. And they were labeling or marketing that under the whole key of, say, a cop gets his gun taken from him, well, nobody can shoot him with his own gun. Well, that shit never really flew because you spend a fortune putting fresh batteries in it every fucking day so that it'll work when you need it to.
Right.
Or, there's some folks out there that, myself, you're not going to wear a standard watch. Handcuffs don't fit me. That's been proven many times. Finding a fucking watch band is ridiculous, You
guys are gonna hate me, but I lost internet connection. If you notice, I dropped out and came back.
Yeah.
When I asked what that lock was, Stump went, and that's all I got.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry to have to go back to something you already answered, but if you could do that for me because I didn't hear the answer.
Yeah,
just watch it after it's been posted, Mike.
Yeah, it's
right.
No, there's an actual key. Typically they look like a small Allen wrench and usually have a hole in the end of them.
Okay.
That fits inside of a keyhole on your firearm.
Okay.
You can lock it, and when you lock it, you've locked out the trigger, the hammer, all the fire controls, everything.
So it's like a safety thing.
Yeah. It's a safety on top of safety on top of safety on top of some safety Sally Nazi motherfucker named Hillary Clinton that influenced Bill Clinton.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got the other chat back up. I got the outside chat back up now too. And Double K says all S&W revolvers have them now.
Yes. I was thinking it was Smith & Wesson that done it, but like I said, I know that Rossi rifle I bought my boy, that combo set, it's got a damn key lock on it. It's built right into the receiver.
So I
don't know Smith & Wesson, so I know there's others that are doing it.
So here's something silly. Here's something silly. Now you lose the lock, the key to it.
Mm-hmm.
Now what happens?
You call the manufacturer and they send you a new one.
Bang, bang, bang.
Right.
No, you call the manufacturer, and sometimes they'll ask for an NFO number, sometimes they won't. But you just
So you can
Tell
just
me,
leave it
look, I've
unlocked
got-
all the time and call it a day,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's what we do.
Knife
you just-
Techs, how the hell you been? Great to see you.
Hell yeah. But yeah, if you lose the key, you can call the manufacturer up, or a lot of stores around here, you can go in and buy an additional key, but the damn key is normally like $12 to $20, depending on where you're at. And like I said, there are ways to remove it from your firearm, and then you're left with a hole, or either you can go back and plug the hole with silver solder, and then you've got this discolored spot that stands out like a sore thumb anyway. So from an aesthetic point of view, there's nothing you can do to fix it.
So I was just sharing the chat.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
I'm gonna have to go back there and look again at my little 9mm revolver. That's I think it's a Taurus. To
Like
see
checks.
if it's got that lock on it.
Knife
Right.
Tech said they should have keys for your weenie if you have more than 3 kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Automatic snip. We've been China now, right?
Just make it where you shoot blanks. That's all.
Shooting blanks, not me.
Mate, you bring that up, it's hilarious. I crossed paths with a boy I went to school with, Jesse. That motherfucker's got 6 kids now, and his old lady's pregnant again. I told him, damn, Bo, you ain't figured out how to tie that so much in a knot or pull out?
Well, pull out
Hey,
and
so
use your mouth or something. Oh, shit.
Well, he said that motherfucker's tied in a double knot now, and he's getting his shit clipped, so he can't afford no more damn kids.
Yeah, my brother's old neighbor's got 8 kids.
Jeez.
They get some kind of break too because they got 8 kids. I think anything over 6, you get. I don't know whether it's free milk and bread and juice and peanut butter or some bullshit like that, but it's all free. So when you go to she goes to the grocery store, she has to show this card and her driver's license. So it's not like you can take,
Right.
Stump, you got 8 kids, I'm going to borrow it. You can't do it. It's not like that.
Right.
It's
For
got,
the record, no, I don't have 8. I got 2.
no, but I'm just saying it's got her. It's got but you know what I'm saying. You can't.
Right. I know what you're saying.
Your friends can't use it, and it's got her and her husband's name. Something I don't know if it's a photo or not, and then they have to show their ID.
Yeah.
So,
They got something like that down here. Now I don't know if it's for once you exceed a certain number of kids, but like when, say your lady's pregnant or whatever, WIC, I think they call it WIC.
yeah, WIC.
Yeah.
Women, infant, and children.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's all. That's free. That gives you the same thing the other thing does. It gives you free peanut butter, free bread,
Yeah.
Juice, and I believe eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on it when my son was real sick.
Right.
Gina wasn't working, and Brianna was born,
Right.
and I was the only one working. And then she went back to work, and so I said, "Well, notify him and let him know that."
Right.
That's all you do is you notify them, and they don't send you the thing no more for it.
Yeah.
Right on, Frankie.
Damn it.
Amen. I'm one of 6 kids.
You sitting here talking about damn eggs and milk and shit. I want a fucking omelet now. You asshole.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
13, huh, Bush brother? Holy shit, that's a lot.
Good God.
Holy shit, Christmas must look like a fucking department store.
Right. It's like
TV.
a teacher I had in school, and my boys actually got him now, Mr. Johansson. He was the art teacher back then and still is. When I was in school, he had 15 and his old lady was pregnant. I think they're up to like 18 now.
Wow.
Whatever his religious beliefs, there's no such allowance for any kind of birth
Right.
control.
Right.
So
Yep.
yeah, every
God
time
bless
they
'em.
every time they get together, they're playing Russian roulette with 18 years worth of debt.
Double
Don't
K
get
is going to
me
make a hot dog. He says he'll be right back to make you even hungrier.
You asshole.
I still like to know what he's finding these little cartoon thingamabobs they find. You know what I mean? Like it's like a picture of a hot dog. I don't know even how he does all that. How these people do all this bullshit.
Well, you see a little thing down there that says GIF
Huh?
on in Messenger. It's usually full of. There's a little icon down there that says GIF.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you have to go on the site to do it. I mean, on Facebook, and then bring it over to here.
Oh no, the hot dog. That's just down there with the emojis.
Really?
Yeah, all the little smiley face thing.
Oh, okay. I see them now.
And it's got a whole slew of them down there.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
but they
thought you
take basketball car.
those that move and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah. Here's one for Michelle. In honor of Michelle, she's not here, so we'll
Was it a fucking lizard?
pretty much. Lizard, crab, whatever. You people. That's right. You know what? Just for you, gig riding, right? You people. Speaking of you people, it's 9:00, and away you go. Beat it. Good night.
Good night, young ladies.
Good night.
One. Give me a second, guys.
Oh, this should be good. Mike's around Boston. He's trying to count. How far can he get? Yeah, he'll come back on here. You asshole.
Yep. Wait for
Yep.
it. Oh, hell, I can't get off my damn emoji now.
Okay, so now how do I get back to how do I get rid of all the emojis now?
Just click on it again.
Yeah.
That little black
Huh?
box. That little black box down at the bottom there on the left.
Yeah, the
Click on
little
it.
emoji it turn into like a keyboard. Then you hit the keyboard, and then it'll go back to keyboard.
All right.
That's what I just did.
She said her I love you. Where is yours, Mike? What do you mean, where's mine? Where's my what? Anywho. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to going on this new range. I'm gonna email the guy and because when the hell was the last time I shot a friggin' handgun? Huh.
Let's see, if I had to answer that question myself.
Yeah, you can say like an hour and a half ago or something, you know.
No, it's a little longer than that. It's what, right at 9 o'clock? See, it's probably been in the neighborhood of 30 hours. No. It's been a little less than 24 hours, I guess.
Yeah. No, it's been a while. Yeah, because usually I just shoot all the, even when I go to the outdoor ranges, I bring my, hello, beautiful dish. How are you?
Howdy.
When I go to the outdoor ranges, obviously I don't own a handgun, so I just take my long guns, and my buddy usually just takes all his.
Right.
He takes his AR and all that,
Mm-hmm.
So no, it's been a very long time since I've shot one, unfortunately.
Yeah, the other night we were talking about your muzzle loader.
Yep.
Yeah, it just kind of gave me to thinking. I do believe I'm going to have to look into. I don't know when it'll be before I can actually do it, but I'm thinking now I want a damn black powder revolver.
I've
Oh yeah.
I've seen one in all my when my buddy and I were at the range. This guy,
Mhm.
he had a revolver, and I said, that's black powder. My buddy says, how do you know? It was, first of all, you can hear it. I
Yeah.
go, second of all, you can smell it. He's like, how do you know? You can't hear that. That's different.
Yeah.
And sure and shit, here he is, and I thought that was cool. I've
Yeah.
never seen one until that time. And this is probably 3 years ago.
I guess I guess they make modern ones, new ones.
Do they?
Oh yeah, yeah, they do.
I was gonna say, because here in Texas, up until they passed the open carry, you could open carry a black powder,
Mhm.
6-shooter or whatever else, but it had to be manufactured prior to, what was it, 18?
Yeah,
Oh, so it even went far and beyond the C&R laws,
right.
Curio and Relic.
That'd be me, Dish. That'd be me.
Yeah, it said something about relic.
Yeah. Yep,
Sandy,
there you go, right there.
Sandy, I
Groovy's
just
got
want to let you know. Hang on there, Stump, because Sandy's here, and I want to let her know what how you were picking on
Yeah,
her.
Groovy, that's
Sandy,
Whoa! I
you were
ain't
back to the
picked
beginning of
on
the
her.
chat, Sandy, right? I don't want to be a rat, but Stump was picking on you. Something about how this is the second chat in a row that you weren't first. Granted, you let Stevie. You felt bad for Stevie the other night, so you let him do it. Hey, Stevie B, how are you? Great to see you. Thanks for coming in. So yeah, I stuck up for you, Sandy.
Now, Sandy, I'm sure you know, without me even having to say it, he's about as full of shit as a stuffed Christmas turkey.
I heard a good one tonight on. I watched one of the Fat Man's videos tonight that he put out, and he said it was smoother than Vaseline on a toilet seat.
Yeah, that's slick right there now.
And I was laughing my ass off. I thought that was awesome.
But now to use that as a segue, we were talking about the black powder revolvers and now stuff being slick. Groovy, hold that slick ass hog leg up there one more time.
Hang on, let me.
Yeah, that's. And now, what is
That's
that? A modern made one?
Hang on, Groove.
An original?
Groove, hang on, buddy.
All right.
Hang on. Okay, now go ahead.
Yeah, it's CBA 44 cal.
44.
Yeah.
Now, don't make fun of me, because I watched this guy do it. I didn't watch him, like a hawk. But how do you load that?
I just put the quarter powder in, and then set the ball right down there, and then it's got a little lever right here. You just pull that lever down. Can you see that?
Yeah.
And it's got a rod that shoves that ball right down in there.
Okay.
And it goes up there. And
And looking at how little that rod actually traveled, I'm thinking it's a safe bet. Those chambers are loaded.
they are.
Good man.
Of course they are. Yeah. It's a gun in the house, man.
Right?
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
And what's the actual age of that one?
Oh, I don't know. I've had it for a long time. But, actually, a buddy of mine gave it to me. I wish it was a lot older than what it is, but it's just a CVA knockoff, what it is.
Yeah, you said it's what, CVA?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been doing those. They've been doing those reproductions. I know it. Well, I'm willing to say I'm confident they've been making them as far back as the early '80s, probably even longer than that.
Wow.
Yeah. I haven't even varnished the handle.
So is there a cylinder? So there's no actual cylinder.
Yeah, there's a cylinder.
Yeah, there's a cylinder.
Oh yeah, there is a cylinder.
Yeah.
The loading procedure, you bring her back to half cock, just like you would old single action.
And then you just turn it to what?
Yep, you pour your powder in. You'll put your little piece of patch, then you ball, and you'll rotate it up under that ramrod, which is that lever. You
Right.
pull that lever down. It's another arm like a piston, the ramrod
Right.
that seats everything home. Take a
Yeah.
finger full of damn grease, plug the end of it so you don't get a chain fire. Put a cap on it and go to town.
Right.
Oh,
And see that little
that's
notch
cool.
right there? That
Yeah.
little notch is there so you can put the firing cap on.
Okay. That's awesome. I have to look into one of those. Of course, that probably comes on the handgun, so I probably can't.
Right. Yeah, that was actually a kit and it was put together.
And those kits, depending on, correct me if I'm wrong here, Groovy, but I think you can get some of those kits for like $200-300.
Oh yeah, easy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, easy.
Sorry, I gotta say, Haddock Trees. I saw him slide in there.
Trees, how are you?
Right
Yeah,
on.
Great to see you.
Outstanding to know you're in here, and I definitely hope you are feeling better.
Yes.
Oh yes.
I hope you are better.
If I'm not mistaken here, I seen him in a video not too long ago. He was doing like a little update on all that with his surgery. If I remember right, it should be sometime this week or maybe next week. He'll actually be in a walking boot and able to put a little more pressure on it than what he is now.
I hope
Good.
so.
So he's definitely making progress, which is a good
I hope
thing.
so. Always a pleasure to see Don.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it wasn't Gear, Sandy. He wasn't even here to hear that. It was actually me.
Yeah. The Arliss Wonder.
Great to see trees in here. Great to see trees in here.
Yes.
Stevie B, how you been? I hope everything's well for you too. Oh, that's cool. I've never. Now this one I saw, right, didn't look like that. This one I saw looked like a like the old 22 revolvers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this one looked like.
What?
Yeah.
You know the old 22 revolvers.
Yeah, I was about to the old lady. I'm sorry, I didn't mute.
All right. It's been a long 5 weeks, a ways to go. I hear you, trees. I can only, Don, it's.
Yep. And,
Day
and
to
for
time,
anybody
kid.
that
Day to time.
and for anybody that don't know what Don Treesblow has been going through, he's had surgery. It's on his foot. He's got a few videos where he brings up the subject of what all went on, but the man's got permanent hardware inside of his foot now, and he's been going through some issues with the healing and swelling and all that. But it's definitely good to know that he's getting better now.
And think about it, right? You can't put weight on your foot.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Hang on, I got to break up a three-ring circus here.
All right. And while Mike's doing the whole 3-ring attendant thing, I can't think of the proper term right now. I will say this, okay? Don Treesblow is one of these guys that if you have any questions reloading related or firearms related, there's never been a time where I've thrown a question at him and I didn't get an answer back. The man knows his stuff. And me personally, if I'm wrong for doing this on your chat, Mike, forgive me, hate me, throw me out, whatever. If you're the praying sort, ask the good Lord to help Don out with his recovery,
Right.
Take a minute of your time, and prayer does a world of good. I don't care who says what.
Right.
He's good people.
Amen.
Most definitely.
Right.
V-Borg, how the hell are you? Good to see you. Thanks a million for showing.
Right on. What's up, V-Board?
Hey, Vibor.
Yeah, so that was, it looked like, to me, I swear to God, it looked like a regular revolver, and it would look like my grandfather had a 22 revolver. And it looked just like it. Amen, Frank. Amen. He certainly does. But that was cool. I I'll have to look into it. I don't even know if because probably here though they do probably still consider it a sidearm. So, and that's a little large, anyways, right? I can't. That's.
Oh man, they make black powder derringers.
What are the?
Yeah. Man, I had an old side hammer
Sexy
too.
guy with the beard and glasses. That'd be me. I mean, really?
I think she's talking about me.
Michelle, he can't read that. I'll read it for him though. Michelle Michelle wants to know if you're a candy striper at a hospital now. Jeez.
No, but I do believe in common human respect, and when someone's doing really good, or it's someone you care about to some degree, I don't think there's anything wrong with asking folks to wish them well.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all.
Absolutely not. And Michelle, how are you? Good to see you. Hi, Mike. How are you? I'm doing well, thank you. I know he can't see this, but good God, buy him some flowers. Well, oh well. They probably died by the time we got them there.
I'm going to refrain from commenting on that at the moment. Sweet. We're just going to leave that shit alone, because I don't want to bring the
10-4.
mood down, so to speak.
So, who's got fast fingers? Because now you guys got me interested in on these black powder. Just, do you have one? Do you have a black powder handgun?
Tell you, Mike, the site to check out, when you have time, CVA, Connecticut Valley Arms.
Yeah.
So I'm not mistaken, that's the same people your muzzleloader's made for, isn't it? CVA?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, the old Thompson Center,
Yeah.
No, Thompson Center, CVA, two different companies.
Yeah.
But as long as you can remember CVA and just look up black powder kits, you can get revolvers, blunderbuss, the old prospector style pistols.
Yeah.
The old the Hawkins, the Kentucky long rifles.
Well, no, I knew they had the old, quote unquote muskets. I knew all that, but there's the one.
Yep.
This one this guy had. Wow, that's a lot of money.
And if you look at the kits,
Traditions Kentucky black powder pistol unassembled kit, 50 cal, 16 inch, 10 inch, $174, $175. Minga. That's a lot of money.
The old side hammer pistols are fun too. I've had a couple of those over the years.
But they got one up here that's wicked expensive. Uberti, did I pronounce that properly?
Yes, you did. And they are some
1873 Cattleman black powder revolver, 44 cal,
yep.
5.5 inch barrel, frame blue, $420.
Yeah. Now, has that actually got the bird's head grip on it, or has it got the standard square butt on it?
No, that's looks like a regular grip.
I know Uberti's on one of them that does it. They call them a bird head grip. It's kind of rounded here at the heel.
Yeah, it goes round and then it goes wide.
No, the bird heads they continue that rounded in shape even at where the heel of your hand will be on it.
Oh no! This flattens out.
Yeah, they look weird, but I'm telling you, man, if you got a good sized mid on you, a bird head grip revolver.
Yeah.
Oh man, it just sits down in your hand so nice.
That was at Midway USA though too, and they're pretty pricey. So
yeah. I remember seeing some of those kits here not too long ago. Like I said, they were like $2.5, $3.5. something like that.
Oh, you had to sell it, sweetheart? Tree said he has a CVA Optra Elite 50 cal and a 270 Win. Nice.
Right on.
Michelle, I think he knows that, sweetie. That is nice.
Be witness to a live dog murder here.
But it's weird because you don't. Well, my pots, anyways. I don't see a lot of them. So, you know, that day I was out with my buddy, and to see it, it was just kind of cool, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really they seem pretty interesting, and
yep. I don't really get to shoot them all that often, but I do love going out and just shooting black powder. You know, it's a totally different shooting experience, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, hell, 50 rounds last you all freaking day at the range, just about.
It, right? That's the
slows,
fun part about it.
Yeah, it slows everything down. You get back to your roots as far as the mechanics and replicating the exact same load every time. You know, it can be a humbling experience. I mean, you know, even the revolvers there, you get carried away loading it, and so you got one cylinder packed, you know, tight as hell, and the other one's kind of loose. You're trying to figure out how come you've got a damn 5-foot group at 10 yards.
Well, absolutely.
It definitely gets you back to your roots and back to the basics of shooting. I mean, it's a very enjoyable experience.
That's why I like hunting with mine too, Trees. It's one shot. That's all you get. I'm with you on that.
Yep.
And that's, to me, that's what hunting's all about, you know.
Yep.
You know, Trees, funny you say that, brother. I actually saw this kid hunting coyotes with a AR. And to me, I just call that cheating. Do I have any outdoor plans in the near future? Good night, Killer. Love you too. Bye.
Good night.
Stump says good night. Stump said good night. Outdoor as in what? Doing a video outside, hon? Is that what you mean? I hope so. I hope that answers your question. But yeah, this jackass is hunting a coyotes, I should say. And I'm like, you know, to me, that's kind of like cheating. It's just my opinion, so I hope I don't get jumped on. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I could agree and disagree with you on that one. I mean, getting a coyote to come out in the open is difficult enough, but getting him to actually present you with a shot you can take, that's a whole nother story. And with the AR, yeah, it really makes it a lot easier. I could see where you'd say it'd be close to cheating. But, you know, going back to the black powder thing, would I ever even attempt that? No.
Right.
I wouldn't. I don't think I own a shotgun that I would trust to hold a tight enough group at that long of a distance either.
Well, I mean, you can use. That maybe not be working right. You really can't probably go coyote hunting with a 17, right?
Yeah.
I think you can. It'd be enough round to drop one. I don't know the legalities of it.
Right.
But I would assume that's supposed to be a predator and a varmint round. What's up, Big Steve?
I think where I am, I can only use a 22 long rifle. I better.
Well, I know through Kansas and Oklahoma, they sure take down the coyote with them and the prairie dogs.
Right.
Or used to.
Yeah,
I don't
prairie
know if,
dog. Yeah.
I don't know if they still shoot prairie dogs up there anymore or not.
Speaking of prairie dogs,
Speaking of prairie dogs. Oh, here's the guy that doesn't have any more fucking ferro rods for me. The prick.
well, we discussed that, but hold on. I know Driver will get a kick out of this one because y'all got them out there in Texas. They're destructive little bastards. You know, they fuck up a lot of shit.
Break a lot of livestock legs.
Yeah. There was a guy at the flea market here last weekend. He's actually got them selling them as pets. And he's got all the paperwork and everything. People are spending $250 and $300 on them little bastards.
Are you kidding me?
No. I remember, there was a time, I'm assuming it still goes on out there where Drivers at, a lot of the livestock. The ranchers would give you like $5-6 a piece for the motherfuckers after you shot them. Damn.
All right, let's get back to task at hand here.
You picking on Steve again?
Hello, fucker. So Friday night we do a chat, and I said I got to catch up because I know Steve had some videos out. My southern brother, the Fat Man Chad, he had some videos out. Some other people had some videos out that I haven't seen. So I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to dedicate a day or at least half a day or whatever and try to catch up on a ton of videos, which I accomplished in doing. So I'm watching a couple of videos that Lame Brain does, right? And I'm like, wow, that come out nice. I like that. I like that. And, as I'm watching this video, I'm like, that's a nice job. Of course, I still don't get the part where he puts the diamonds on the thing and all of a sudden they come in nice and smooth on the fucking handle. That's another question for another rainy day. But anywho, Steve says at the end of the video, if you want one, let me know. Now I have one already. Okay, it's not for my personal use. I'm going to surprise somebody with something. Okay, so I text him, and I got a text back. Sorry, Mike, those are all spoken for. So the guy is on my chat every Friday night. Okay, every Friday night. You would think that the man would say to me, "Hey, Mikey, I'm going to be getting rid of some hey, prepping to endure, how the hell are you? I'm going to be getting rid of some ferro rods if you're interested. I'm not going to, I'm not making money on them. I'm just trying to, get back what I put in and what have you, which is fine by me. I could give a rat's fuck either way. Now I'm on a waiting list. So Stump.
Yes.
Groove.
Yeah.
Driver. Should I put Stevie on the waiting list for an invite next Friday night, or?
Buddy, you got to look at the dates when you watch a video. That thing was up for 2 weeks.
I told you you had a few videos out I hadn't seen.
Right on. But I'll tell you what, though, a lot of those are pending. Some people say they want them and then can't come through with what they want to do. So, plus,
well, if you have a PayPal, do it right now.
I got I can't until they say no. But I got a boatload more already built on the bench.
Yeah, well, I saw your knife handle video today. Stump and I were talking about it.
Hey, hang on. On that note, I'm sorry, Mike, I have to interrupt you. When the fuck is part 3 coming out? And is part 3 the last one?
Right.
I swear to God, I'll jump on the damn truck and head north right now just to smack you if I don't get an answer.
Right. Dude, I ain't gonna give you an answer just to see you pull up in my driveway. It'd be worth it.
Ah, motherfucker.
I tell you what, you get to farting around with that stuff, man. It gets complicated.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know? It's like, holy crap. I figured I'd go in there one afternoon and throw together a knife and make the sheath and the whole 9 yards. It's like, no.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, no.
Uh-uh.
No,
Well, I mean,
you're gonna make the sheets for those. You're gonna use you're gonna have to wind up using what do you call it for that one?
leather.
10 ounce.
Yeah, 8 to 10, something like that.
10 ounce, 14 ounce.
Damn.
2 ounce.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. I have this funny feeling. Okay. I got a funny feeling. First of all, let me forget the funny feeling for a minute. So I was watching you do the handles, and I said to Stump earlier tonight. I said I like the fact that you're not showing the tang on it. I thought that was kind of cool. I also think it's really kind of cool that with the maple, and then you get the maple ferro rod to go with it.
Right?
Yep.
So Stump brought up a good idea that I have. Now I got an idea in the back of my mind. Right, Stump?
Yes. I'm waiting to see which idea you're talking about, though. I mean,
Stump said, Mikey, considering Steve's making you wait on the second batch, he said, you should be able to buy a ferro rod and get a knife free. So
that's not what I said.
the fuck you didn't.
No,
Don't go back. Don't go back on what you said.
Does everybody on the panel get taken a deal?
I said you should be able to get a matching set
for free.
You know, I didn't say anything about free.
Yeah. I thought you said for free.
No. I said it would be really cool. You know, your ferro rod and your knife had the same material on them. That would be sick as fuck.
I already have
that would
ferro
be, man,
wouldn't
that be sharp? And then
yeah, you figure that spalted maple, as beautiful as that piece is he's using.
Oh, I think it is. I think that maple's beautiful.
You do that, you know, give it a leather sheath with the ferro rod loop, and you do the lighter brown center, almost like a sunburst on a guitar, going to darker as you get out toward the edges, and give it a little distressed look.
Right.
Dude, that'd be a sick looking motherfucker.
Right.
There's your project, Steve. That sounds like you could sell them as a pair for 3 times the money.
Welcome back, G Mangos.
Right on, Brother G.
I'm not really into it to make any profit. I'm just having a ball doing it. So,
yep. Which, yeah, I'm gonna fess up. The whole hidden full tang. That's some pretty cool shit.
Right.
No, it's a full tang knife, but the handles are actually going to enclose the tang, so it's a hidden tang. Most times you have a hidden tang knife, it's like a rat tail tang or a piece of bullshit rebar welded into the end of the blank.
I just keep hearing poo every time you say it in front of that, you know.
Yeah, you and me both. I was waiting for an opportunity to say it.
Well, apparently that's me being Southern, but full, F-U-L-L.
Yeah.
Kind of like Michelle saying oil. Oil.
Right.
Oh, did I say that out loud?
What?
This is a knife I made when I was a kid. Out of a knife I had, it had an old rotten leather handle on it, and I peeled it off. And see, I did that with this one.
Nice.
And I think it just dresses it up.
That is sharp.
Hang on, Stevie. Let me put you on. What do you call it?
That's just an old hunk of locust.
But now that almost looks like you've got a varnish or something on
Stevie,
it.
hold that up a little higher.
Rather than just
there you go.
Oiled or something. I mean, you've got some kind of a
I think it's
polyurethane or something on there?
I think it is polyurethane,
Yeah, it's got to be some kind of poly on that.
but
Mhm.
that was a hunk of firewood. So I just think it dresses it up.
Yeah.
And plus, if you got it book match, you can actually see the grain go right around the edge, you know.
That does look good, Stevie.
That's cool.
Yep,
But
yep.
just to let you know, that's what
It is.
Stump told me. I'm just relaying.
Well, thank you. It is
You
a pain
should-
in the ass, so
You shouldn't have heard this. You should have heard the shit that he was saying while you weren't here. Holy fuck!
Well, now hold on. I'm going to defend myself and make a slight admission of guilt at the same time here.
See,
Have
I
you
don't lie,
listened to your
Stevie.
voicemail? Shut up. Have you listened to your voicemail yet, Steve?
no, I have not.
Yeah. Don't do that while you're on here. Okay.
Wow. If I had my phone,
Oh yeah, get that dinosaur of a phone you got right and press play.
right?
And notice I had nothing to do with that phone call. Just saying.
No, your text came before the phone call.
All right.
By the way,
Yes, sir. I don't know.
in case you're interested, Brother Stump, I have a few book match blanks I picked up today
That is nice.
tied together that I believe will fit in a box that's headed south. Just a hint.
Oh shit.
I told you I'd get you some.
Brother, the words "thank you" just don't even begin to cover it. Damn.
Now you don't do that curing on it before you send it out.
This stuff has been curing and you're talking about the super glue and all that?
Yeah, the impregnated with it, whatever, so it doesn't. You were saying something about it had some soft spots because
Stump's
of that.
gonna impregnate a box. What?
Yeah, soft spot. He found a soft spot.
No, I figured that's his job because I'm having a hard time finding that CA glue. I ended up just using super glue. So
Right.
Right.
And that's you're saying that's some kind of a fungus that does it just get into that particular type of wood?
no, it'd get into any kind of wood. I just got lucky and found this maple in a field sitting there getting ready to rot. But I've seen it in elm, and I think it's I've never seen it in oak. It might be too acidy for it to grow. But I've seen it in elm. Spalted elm is beautiful, but it's
Right.
usually it's not this heavy. I mean, this is some exceptional stuff. That's why I scarfed it. But I've had it sitting in my garage drying now for, I bet you, 4 years.
Wow.
So
Damn.
it's pretty.
My old man used to love to come across wormwood.
Right.
He's done some beautiful things with wormwood.
I'll tell you what though. I watched that video and actually both those videos, as you know, and I think they come out pisser.
Cool.
Not changing the subject, but when driver's other half just walked by, she was holding like rolled up towel or something.
Uh-oh.
I thought she was fixing to bing him in the top of the head with that damn thing.
No, she was hiding. That's the mafia way, you know. Wrap the gun in the towel,
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
you know.
And to this day, I don't care what anybody says to the contrary. A pillow or a damn regular bath towel folded up close and personal is the best suppressor you'll ever find.
Right.
Well,
And let me make the disclaimer, not that I would know anything about that. Damn it. I learned you have to be careful what you say on here, man. There are people other than just the folks we know listening.
Right on.
stop making me laugh. But like I was saying, what spalted maple, is that what you call it?
Mhm.
I'll tell you what, I was watching that, and then when, like I said, when Stump and I were talking before we came live, I was like, if you match that with the ferro rod, damn.
Mhm.
Because think about it, right? I haven't seen a ferro rod that matches a knife. Have you?
No,
Interesting.
Yeah.
that's what I said. If he makes some sets of it and makes the leather sheath and the loop for it and everything else to fit in there, said he can get 3 times
Oh, absolutely.
just as a matching set.
Absolutely.
I would be willing to say I know folks that matching set, leather sheath executed at least half-ass decent, no fancy tooling or nothing, just basic
just
fold
regular
over sheath, ferro loop, straight stitching.
Oh, it's going to be basic.
You're gonna need a thick
But,
welt, though.
But I'm betting there are folks out there that buying that package, that spalted maple, matched up handles and scales. It wouldn't surprise me at all to see those go for at least $100. As
Oh, easy.
Yeah, like I said, at
You're
least.
gonna
You still plan on doing some inlay on them also, though?
Yeah, on a few. I don't want to go overboard. I think I kind of went overboard on some of the handles, but I'm going to make some inlaid knife handles to match.
Yeah.
If you
like just a simple stripe or a simple square or something like that,
right?
Just a touch of class.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly, driver. 100%.
I mean, it's a simple look, and I'm not a carpenter or finished carpenter or woodworker by any means. My extent of carpentry is, running a skill saw one afternoon and fucking my thumb up with a damn mist wing. But the whole simple stripe thing, as far as inlaying, dude, that shit's nowhere as simple as people think. That shit gets tedious as fuck.
The hard part, especially on the lathe, is trying to calculate where it's going to come out when you make that sucker round.
See, that's funny watching you guys use that lathe, because I haven't used the lathe since I was in high school.
Same, yeah.
And
I
totally forgotten how to use one, you know what I mean? And then watching your video, and I'm like, God, remember the days? And I'm trying to remember, you're sitting there like this, trying to make everything go, and then you got to move it over like a half an inch to make it, because we had a guy making a set of chairs, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so he didn't measure nothing out. He didn't. Teacher wanted him to, but he just did it all. He did it all by sight and in his head. You know what I mean? Like a picture in his head that he had.
Wow, that's good if you can do that.
But he never, and he was a kid.
Right.
He never measured. You know what I mean? He just boom, took the other one, lined it up, boom. You know what I mean? But
yeah, my old man did the same thing.
I just thought. Now explain to me this, and I don't care. You guys can make fun of me all you want. When you put the diamonds on there, right? You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
How did you get that? How did you get that to look the way it does? I don't understand the concept of. What did you say?
I got lucky.
Oh. No, but I don't get how. What's it, like a fusion type? I don't get it, because you're using the lathe, and the lathe takes away, doesn't add.
Right.
Well, so
he's like drilled a hole. He's like drilled a hole through it, or cut it, depending on which way you're talking about. If you're talking about the little diamond, after he had a block put together, more than likely he drilled a hole through it, then filled that void with a piece of the heartwood or whatever it was that he used. I imagine, and then put it on the lathe, so you've got that there as a cross piece.
Okay.
Right.
Is that right, Steve?
The ones with the little single diamond.
Yep, that's the one I want, number 6.
We have an awesome machine at work called a mortise machine, and basically what it is a square hollow chisel with a drill bit in the center of it. So as the drill bit goes, the square chisel goes and shaves the sides and actually makes a square hole.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Then I just put a solid wood peg through it, square, cut to the correct size, and glue the crap out of it. And then out it comes. So it's actually a square peg going all the way through the handle.
Okay. Because for the life of me, I'm like, how the fuck?
Oh,
Because I've never seen it done. I never seen that before.
Right.
You know, Frank probably has. Frank's been a carpenter. I never seen it. But that's an art, you know, and that's just.
Well, like I said on the video, if you don't experiment, you never know what you're going to, come out with.
Exactly.
right.
There's a few of them that ended up in the trash can. Trust me.
Well, no doubt. I mean, that's. What do you think
I
my
don't show
first
that
two?
part.
What do you think my first two pieces of leather went that I made for the sheath? My first sheath I was going to make. What do you
Right.
think the first two pieces of leather went to?
Yep.
Yeah,
And
my first,
technically,
And here's where they went. Okay, I'm cutting it out with a razor blade, and I wasn't smart enough to use the cut it lengthwise. You know what I mean? And so all right. So in other words, I guess what I'm trying to say is you can see the stop and start marks with the fucking razor blade.
right.
So I take it off, and it's all these little feathers of leather, and like you rotten.
yeah, my first couple of sets of bands that I used to wear, that are 4-inch bands.
Mhm.
I sure messed up a few of those before and that was very simple.
Well, Mike, when you
Remember, there is no such thing as scrap leather. It's just small pieces.
that's
Well,
right.
this is crap now because let me tell you something. I fucked it up, and you know what? With my short, first of all, I got a short attention span to begin with, but my patience,
Right.
I really don't have the best patience in the world.
No way.
But-
Yeah, I know it's hard to believe. It's hard to
But
believe.
Mikey, with all those little shortcuts, the stop and go points being visible,
Yeah,
that's really not messing up by any means. Because once you fold it, bring it together, you got your welt and everything in there, you
you
stitch
can
it all
sand
up.
it, right?
You're gonna sand that down and then burnish it, and all that'll get blended and gone away.
Well, then maybe I shouldn't have thrown it away, but I'll tell you, I just got so I went motherfucker.
I've got
And so, because I don't know if I ever told you guys, I probably did, but I'm gonna repeat myself anyways. So, Mr. Tolley did a whole series on a sheath for me, and then he was nice enough to send me a template.
Sweet.
right.
Okay, and so, okay, so the way the belt loop is.
Mhm.
So it goes like this, right? And you fold it and you stitch it in the back.
Yeah.
Okay. So like all the inside of the leather, that's all fuzzy, if you will.
Mhm.
I said to him, I go, how do I make that smooth? He said, oh, that's easy.
And it.
He said, that's easy. He's put some dye on that thing. Let it sit overnight. Sand it. He's put some dye on that thing. Let it sit overnight. Sand it. You should be fine.
Mhm.
Just the little things that, I gotta try it again. My patience is in the negative numbers. I'm with you, sweetheart. I am totally with you. Totally with you. But, and I think I might go get a heavier leather too. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna go get like a 9 or a 10, an 8 or a 10, because this is like work boot tongue, flappy.
Yeah.
you know. So
Well,
Yeah,
it's all cracking because I wasn't smart enough to lay it flat or put a half roll on it. And, you know, she put it with stuff that I had. And so, you know, part of the roll went like this. And so now I get the creases.
yeah.
right.
So,
Let me get this out. Yeah, again, I don't claim to be, really good at leather by any means, but that's what I got here right now.
Deja vu.
but
Yeah, you don't have to have the thickest stuff in the world. I mean, hell, this is what I do the bulk everything with. I want to say it's 8 ounce.
yeah, but see,
Either
that's
8 or 9.
nice. That's nice and stiff, though.
Oh yeah, I mean it'll support itself, no problem.
Yeah. The one I originally bought, the leather I originally bought, because I just told him I wanted to make a sheath.
Mhm.
I think it's it's wicked flimsy, like real bad.
Yeah.
So what's that, like 6, 5, whatever? It's
This. Oh,
Probably.
you talking about the floppy stuff?
oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably the neighborhood of 6 or 5.
That's one thing nice about go ahead and spending the money and getting a big piece of leather, because you can actually feel around the leather and find thicker areas.
Yep.
If you like, found a thicker area for my spacer, or whatever you call it on your sheath.
Welt. WELT.
Well, yeah, yours is gonna have to be thick too for those.
Right.
I would assume, isn't that right? Isn't that right, Stump?
Yeah, well, I mean that's a fairly thick blade. And with the handles he's doing, you're gonna need a little extra height up there. I swear to God, I'm fixing to shoot a damn chihuahua. Throw a burrito at it or something.
Hey, hold still! Damn it!
No shit.
Right.
But yeah, with the thickness of the blade itself, you're gonna want a decent welt. Leather like what you got. I would do. Just the basic taco sheath folds over, and one layer going through it as a welt.
Yep.
For the wet forming, you'll be fine with that. And then, I mean, you can sit there and play with like a manila folder to get your pattern going, or a piece of construction paper. Or I'm the world's worst about just laying it on the leather. Set it on its spine, get a center line, lay it on one side, and like, yeah, I got about a ½ inch to play with. Put it back on the spine on the center line, go this way, cut about a ½ inch past that. Put a little bit of water right there where I got my center line drawn. Fold it around the damn knife and kind of see where everything wants to lay.
Right.
And just start working from there.
Right. Well, I just used, oh shit, it's not here. Hold on a second.
Wow, I just got a coughing spell going on. Morning sun, sitting in the morning calm.
Damn, it's a good song.
Yeah, the ship's rolling. Right.
Well, guys, I kind of hate to do it, but I think I want to break camp.
Yeah,
All
well,
right, man.
what?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the hay.
You gonna what?
I hit the hay. I gotta get up like 4 o'clock in the morning.
So did I.
That's like yesterday.
It's only like 9 o'clock.
Yeah. It's almost 10.
Oh shit! It's later than 9 o'clock. It's almost 10 o'clock. Fuck.
Is it? Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not far behind you, bro.
Right.
Well, thanks for coming in anyway, there, Groove. Appreciate it.
Right on, man. It was good to see you. Shame we didn't hear a whole lot of you, but maybe next time.
I guess I look like I'm in a hospital bed now, guys.
A little bit.
Why are you in the hospital today?
Take care, Groovy.
I want to know
All
if the
right,
older
I got it.
gentleman was in the hospital. Not with a liquor cabinet like that.
The older
Good
gentleman.
man.
The older, I love hearing that. The older gentleman, they're not referring to me. I think that's fucking awesome. That's fucking great.
Be good, Groovy. But yeah, for you, I imagine that is a rare occasion. Someone says something about the older gentleman and they're not talking about you.
Fucking right. That's fucking awesome.
Well, I figured I had y'all beat on that one. So.
Yeah, you got me beat by a little bit. I give you credit on that one. You win that argument.
I would have went with the flow. That's dedication right there. Doing a cat from your hospital bed.
Right.
Hell yeah.
No, it's called a lazy boy. With a cover.
Yeah, that's one. That's one of them chairs I don't dare buy myself because I would never get out of it.
You're right. Yeah, she walked behind you earlier. Well, I'm guessing it was probably that white blanket or towel or something rolled up, and you cut the camera off. I was like, oh shit, she's beating him with whatever the hell that was.
Right.
She came in behind you and looked like she was getting ready to just ram hell out of you.
No, that was the duster.
Stevie, I don't know if you got the outside chat up, but DS is saying hello.
Yeah, I said hi to him.
All right. I wasn't sure if you saw it. I just want to make sure because you know how I am with that shit.
Right on. I'm on it. Hey.
I'm on it. 135.
Help you out.
Night, Groovy. I'm sorry, I was didn't see him say he was going.
Yeah, I had to turn his mic up all the way tonight.
So
Right.
he was roboting every time he was talking. I didn't know
He
if
might-
he just needed to come back a mark on his settings or what.
Yeah, he might have some audio. We might have to fix him up next time.
Right.
Or we're gonna have to get him a headset, something.
Well, you know, his headset looks identical to Stump's.
Yeah.
Stump's is the clearest headset like that I've seen. I've never had trouble hearing him. Don't catch background noise except for when the ankle biters bark once in a while. Other than that, it's just always clear and great. I've got a pair like that, and when I'm man, everybody's bitching and complaining.
Well, I think it all depends where I don't have a set like that. I can't even find a set. I've gone to Walmart, Target, everywhere to find a set of headphones like that. I can't find them.
Yeah.
So that's why I got these. But-
This right here, this is what came with this phone when I got it. I mean, they're just
Yeah, but when you're not on your phone and you're on your computer, you can't put that on your computer, right?
yeah, I can.
Oh, really? It's the same thing.
But now,
Mhm.
now the mic is down there under your beard.
Where's the mic?
No, it's right there, right there in my
Oh.
fingers.
Okay, that's
You could
that's
probably
like
hear it
mine.
Probably hear it if I went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen them. I swear to God, I've been all through Walmart and Target, and the only ones I see are these.
Yeah.
And the other little ones, just a headset. There's no microphone. It's just a
Right.
regular ones, like my daughter. Where's my daughter's here?
Yeah, the one for
but-
gamers. It's called
Yeah,
gamer.
yeah. Other than that, I don't see the ones with the mics.
Well, I just went up to Walmart last week because, like I said, I'm looking for noise canceling since my Bluetooth isn't working properly on the computer for some reason.
No.
And those that you're wearing says it's a noise canceling mic. And what they're like $32 or something like that.
Mine,
Consider it.
yeah, they're like
Yeah.
$32. 32.
Because
Something like
mine's
that.
the cheaper version of those.
Mine's a Logitech.
Yeah, it's Logitech too, but like I said, the
Yep.
cheaper version.
By the way, Stump G Mangles is in the external.
Brother G, as always, damn good
Again?
to see you, man.
He was here earlier too. Welcome back.
Right.
Oh, cool.
And
No, I know you weren't here.
his little shindig the other night, little chat he was running. I think it might have been last night. That was interesting, brother. I give you that. It was interesting.
What I miss?
Just Frank.
But
He like Stumps on the mic there. He said that sounds obscene. Do it again.
right.
We find it again. Oh
Um,
shit! I was turning the volume down. What the
I
fuck?
was gonna say you missed it.
there you go. Now you're gonna fuck it up. We're gonna lose you.
Nah, I gotta find the right damn button here. That one ain't it. So what the hell happened?
I don't know. You're making it staticky though.
Yeah, now he's breaking it.
You're making it.
Muted himself.
You're making it staticky. All I can hear is the static.
All right, is it any better now?
Just saying.
Stop touching it.
You're back.
Right? You gotta leave shit alone.
Do what your mama told you and stop touching it.
Stop talking. Leave it alone. Let it grow.
Right?
Put some milk on. Let the cat lick it off.
Hell no.
I wouldn't trust a cat. Some bitch will look at it at the corner of their eye and just bite.
Fucking cats.
Notice Mike said cow and Steve went to cat.
I
And
did say
you.
cat.
Cat.
Oh, well,
I did say cat.
well, never mind then. But
Put
the
some.
whole me laughing at the cat thing will make more sense when you listen to that voicemail.
Yeah. Good point.
I say that, and Tammy's over here. She starts laughing.
Yeah, I went to one of your chats that you invited me to, and you weren't even there, Brother G. You know what I mean?
You.
Yeah, I was watching one of his chats the other night, and he popped that question about stranded on a desert island. What 4 things would you want? And
Yeah.
one of his buddies says Cabela's.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I was cracking up.
Like me and you were on the phone that night, matter of fact.
Right on.
Damn.
Cabela's. That'd pretty much cover it.
Oh, fuck you 2 years ago, you asshole. 2 years ago, your ass. Ask them, they'll tell you. I popped in, you're not even there.
Wow, you were so that just popped up, that 2 years ago thing.
Yeah,
Well,
it wasn't 2 years ago. You're so Baltimore-ish.
damn.
You know? Sounds like a guy from Baltimore.
Okay.
Look at that, 49 degrees here now.
Wow.
49 degrees. Look at that. Think I'm kidding? That sucks a dick.
Yeah,
That sucks.
that'd be cold on a lake fishing.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, talking about the lake, that reminds me, the little lake out here, the state park, Lake Greenwood. It's a pretty decent sized lake. I think it's like 70, 80, 170 acres, whatever. Good sized chunk of water. They had a guy out there, they still hadn't found his body. He was drinking out there for Memorial Day, dove in the water to cool off, and never surfaced.
Wow. What, you talking about just the other day or a couple of years ago?
No, just the other day. He's missing in the water now for, like, I think today made 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what's going on, but out here and out east here, Mikey, that was like years ago, bro. You still bring that up. What? What was years ago? What I do now, bro? Every chat, brother.
What? I've never been to one of G's chats and he wasn't there.
Bullshit.
He might step out for a minute to take care of something, but he comes back.
3 hours later. Ask David. David will tell you.
Well, you ain't got room to talk. How many times have you told us, even here on your chat? Be right back. I'm gonna step out and have a
Yeah,
butt.
but I don't come back 4 hours later.
No, you're right. You don't. We all end up leaving, and you finally come back to the computer, remember it's there, and close the motherfucker.
Gee, tell these guys, bro. Tell them. Tell them. He set up a chat. Me and David be chatting all night long. And who else? My buddy who we don't see on here anymore. She's going mental now. Never ever. Yes, sir. Gee, I can't believe I forget his name, brother. I'm having a friggin' brain lapse here. I know, bro. I know. I'm only breaking your balls. What is? Oh my God!
Well,
Gee, who used to break my balls about the Spyderco?
Well, you're
Jay
thinking,
Watts. Where's Jay Watts been?
Well, geez, here I am curious, man. Did I get the dude straightened out last night, or is all that still
What?
an educational process? Talking to G. I mean, one of y'all have to let me know when he answers, but.
Gee, if we weren't getting out of here in 5 minutes, I'd tell you to come on. Where's Jay Watt been? I haven't seen Jay Watt in like forever. Jay Watt used to be on. He used to come in. Used to come in here on Friday nights all the time. Bird Dog 1227.
Hey, Miss Bird Dog.
Hello, beautiful. How are you? I'm good, Jay. I'm good. I just want to let you know that, because I got to get up too. I got to get up at like 3:30, 3:45. So I can't stay too long.
He says all good, brother Stump.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
Bird Dog, how are you, sweetheart?
Yeah, Mike. Where I'm at now, I don't miss that 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. wake up shit. I don't miss that at all.
Right.
I enjoy sleeping till 6
But the only good thing about it is,
time.
I'm sorry. The only good thing about it is I'm not at FedEx tomorrow night, so
Sweet.
Short day.
I can come home and sleep. So I just got to suffer through tomorrow. And you know what? Okay, so here's what I do, right? I will all right, so I get my coffee in the morning and a donut, because it's an all, 24-hour Dunkin' Donuts.
Right on.
About 11 o'clock in the morning. Now that's at 3:30, 4:45. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize. That's about 4:15 when I get down there, 20 after 4. I get my coffee and donut. And then I don't stop for food again until about 11.
Yeah.
And I'll grab a sandwich. I'll eat it while I drive.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I take lunch, I sleep for a half hour.
Right.
Well, all that's liable to change here as soon as October gets here, right?
Hang on one sec, Stump. Gee, you have to run it tonight? I gotta get up early. I can't come, bro. We're talking about doing chats, and he's gonna do a chat tonight.
Damn, I hate that. I'm gonna miss it too. No, say now, your scheduling is probably gonna change come October because they've passed it, and as it stands right now, they hadn't done any rewrites on it yet, but it has passed. Come October, any commercial vehicle will be required to have electronic logs in the truck, e-logs. So the whole thing where all of us are like, in the logbook, I'll say I'll take a 30-minute break, or I'm taking my 15 like I'm supposed to over here.
Yeah, but that's for. I think they're gonna do that for over. I don't think they're gonna do all of them because
Yeah, they're doing all of it. They're already
'Cause
putting them in our
DOT
trucks.
Because the deal, okay, so I don't fill out a logbook,
Right.
okay? Because of I don't do the mileage. Okay,
Right.
so
I
there's a-
understand what you're saying, but
there's
trust me,
there's
it's still happened
law.
even to you.
Well, there's some law that says, by the way the crow flies, something about 100 miles this way, that way, whatever. I don't
108
know.
miles, 108 road miles, anything in
One
excess
way.
of that, one way.
One way.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. And I'm done. Well, all right. Tomorrow I'm going to do about 400 fucking miles. Easy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be back
Yep.
at the shop by 3.
Yeah.
Okay, 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Yeah, but as the way that thing's written now, it's no longer one way. If you exceed 108 miles in 24 hours, your truck's gonna have an e-log in it, or else they can fucking take your license.
That's fucking stupid. I'm only a little box guy. It's like driving a fucking Chevy,
Yeah.
for Christ's sake.
Well, I thought it's a 100-mile radius.
Yeah, well,
Anything outside a 100-mile radius, we got logged.
Right.
the way it's wrote up now, as I understand what I was reading and what we've been going through at the shop, in excess of 100 miles per 24 hours, the truck has to have a damn e-log box in it.
Really?
Boy, that's even bad when you're just doing a city route.
Yeah. Because, that some bitch breaks it up in quarter-hour increments,
Well, what the hell are they trying to do? Jack prices or get other companies going?
I don't
They're
know.
trying to get everybody to run legal.
Well, yeah, I'm still legal. See, this is what I mean. It's like,
They're making it just more dangerous is what they're actually doing.
Yeah. But, October hits, driver, I know you almost assume you've done it because I know I've done it. Back in the younger days of driving, it was nothing, reach under the bunk and it'd be 3, sometimes 4 logbooks. One was the truth, one was that you were getting paid for, and the rest of them was whatever state you were in, what you gave them at the chicken house.
No, I tried to run in a double one time, but I said, no, you got to be a master of one. Thank you, too. I was pretty well a master of one. And like I said, just have it where when you're getting pulled into a chicken coop, all you got to do is draw one line.
Man, I pulled
It's- when
one
I-
night.
see, it's funny because they used to break my balls for not doing it, right? And now, the last time I hit DOT, I gave him my driver log. Okay, we call a driver log a piece of paper with all my stops on it, not the DOT book. Okay,
Right.
so I gave him that, and I said, "Look, see how everything's numbered?" He said, "Yep." I said, "That's how it went." He said, "Okay, and where'd you leave?" I said, "Woburn." He said, "What time did you leave?" I said, 5 a.m. It's on there. He said, "Okay, I got you. Did you carry hazmat today?" And I went, "Yeah." He goes, "No, you're not." I goes, "I'm not." He says, "Yeah." He says, "Because it's not up front where it belongs." And so, so he breaks my balls on having the paperwork up front, on the top of the pile. So I said to him, he says, "I don't care about the books." He says, "You don't work enough hours, and you're not going long enough for me to give a shit about a book. I just want to know." I says, "Yeah, that's fine. It's no big deal. I don't." Now, 2 years ago, they want to know where the book was. I don't do a book. The DOT says, "What do you mean you don't do a book?" And I told him, I said, "My first stop was here, blah, blah, blah." And so now I'm sitting there, and they're literally taking every one of my stops, punching it in the computer.
Mm-hmm.
I goes, "Guys, can you just trust me to do this? I do this every Thursday, Monday and Thursday." I go, "I know the mileage." I goes, "Driving miles." I said, "I'm going to tell you right now, driving miles, this was on a Thursday, so I don't have to go too far north."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "So driving miles on a Thursday is maybe fucking 290, 300. I go, and that's driving miles. That ain't crow flies. That ain't,
Right.
I said, that's driving. That's on the odometer. So he looks at me. He goes, "You kidding me?" I go, "No." I said, "I'm going to guarantee you." I says, "Watch." I goes, "We're at mile marker 9, right?" He goes, yeah, how do you know that? I goes, because the DOT's rest area here is 9 miles from the border. I says, my shop is 18.4 miles from the border. That's 27 miles from here, correct? He goes, correct. I goes, watch. That's going to be about 297, 298. And he hits the button for the odometer. Fucking like 295, 296.
Yep.
I goes, that's all I do. I drive. I listen to the radio, and I see what the distance is for mileage.
Yep.
You know, that's what I do. You know, but that's gonna suck if they stop breaking my balls. Just being little. But now I just found out I don't have to stop for the. When I'm in the Freightliner Sprinters. We have a couple of Freightliner Sprinters.
Yeah.
Because they're only 9,000 pounds.
Yep.
But some of the signs in Massachusetts say anything over 2.5 tons has to pull in.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what's 5,000 is 2.5 tons. So.
Yep.
Well, here, I know 99% of them don't do it, but if you're in a 1 ton and you've got a sticker on the side of some company, you are considered a commercial vehicle, and you are supposed to be pulling in that son of a bitch.
Right. See, that's how they are in Mass too. And if you have
99,
it used to be
do it.
We had commercial plates. It says commercial right on our plate. But here's the problem in Massachusetts. I don't think they do anymore, but you know what? Years ago, if you owned a pickup truck, you had to register it commercially.
Really?
Back when I had my
in the day, you had to
Volkswagen
register.
truck.
My first pickup truck that I had to register that commercially because it didn't have
my
a back
Volkswagen
seat.
pickup truck.
Didn't
You know,
have a
and
back seat.
it wouldn't even hold a 1/4 ton. You know,
Wow.
it had to be registered. Numbers on the side.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
Now I remember back in the day here, pickup trucks had different plates than cars.
Yeah, the double A's or whatever.
Yeah.
We had double A's. We had A and A on the side, on the left-hand side of the plate. All right. I really hate to do this. Apparently, you guys, G Mangos is having a chat tonight. G, any chance? What time are you going to be doing that? We'll send everybody here that's over here over to yours. For those of you that may not be on G Mangos's channel, it's G, capital G, space Mangos. He's been here half the night, so click on him and
Right on. And if you don't know G, we're a real simple breakdown on G. Straight up, no nonsense, no bullshit. Just straight up good dude. All right.
But he's gonna do a chat. But we unfortunately gonna get the hell out of here. By the way, Uncle Cal, I'm sorry. How are you? I hope you enjoyed the chat, Uncle Cal.
I hope they let you have meat today.
I like that pen you had on your video. I watched this video with the pen he's got, the defensive pen.
Right on.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Yep.
I would not want to walk into one of those.
No, it looks like it would
no.
kill you pretty easily. But anywho, we're gonna get the hell out of here. Like I said, he's gonna have G Mangos is gonna have a chat, so check on his channel, and if you're not friends with him, or if you don't follow him, rather, whatever you want to call it, you can still check in on it. But we are out of here. Listen, thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Bird Dog, I know you've only been in a short time. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I gotta get really super duper in the morning. But we'll see everybody later on. See everybody on Friday night. Until then, enjoy your 3 or 4 days till you see us again.
Right on. Y'all be good.